Hello YouTubers, Pancake. Some basic rules on buildings, built up areas in Blackpowder, attacking them and defending. Here we have the beleaguered 95th Rifles facing off against some dastardly French battalions. Rules are very short in the Blackpowder rule book, a couple of pages if that, but basically it's virtually the same as a square as you're fighting from four facing sides. Beginning of the game, you designate your areas as built up areas. Now they like to call it a 12 by 12 block, but within this 12 by 12 block, that doesn't naturally represent one house. There could be 3 or 4 or 5 houses in there. Likewise, an infantry unit is represented here by 6 bases, which in the game is about what, 26 to 36 men, but in reality they're representing 500 men. So you've got to give or take a little when you're playing these games. Blackpowder, I know it's meant to be played on big massive open light tables, but there is games where built up areas do come into it. It is a bit awkward fighting from buildings. A lot of people tend to do house rules for it because troops within buildings are very, very hard to dislodge. Anyway, but I'm just going to run you through the rules, how they're written within the Blackpowder rulebook. Right, a single infantry unit, small, medium or large, can occupy a building block, or one tiny unit and a gun. So here we have a standard 95th battalion occupying. Now you place them out to occupy the 4 facing sides like you would a square, where you put them in square, but here you put them to occupy the 4 facing sides. Now, a unit in a building has a shoot value of 2 per facing, up to a total maximum equal to its shooting value. So if they had just a shoot value of 8, it'd be 2, 2, 2 and 2 per side, per facing. A unit in a building has a hand-to-hand value of 2 per facing, up to a maximum of its combat value. Same again. So whatever combat value is, you're only allowed per facing up to that value. Simple as that. A unit in a building has a +2 morale bonus, which is pretty huge really. If you've got a morale of 4, +2 bonus, it's now a morale of 2, so you're saving on 2s. So that's pretty handy straight away. In hand-to-hand, a standard or large unit has a +3 combat bonus result. Small +2, tiny +1. Artillery has no combat bonus whatsoever. Now, your combat bonus is, at the end of your round of combat, you're working out who's won or lost by casualties. And what can come into this as well is supports as well and other stuff, but that's in another video. So let's just say this French battalion hits the defences here, and the 95th and the 55th 2nd Battalion French fight it out. They roll with their 2 dice, they roll their 6. The French come out of it winning 2-1. So they've had their +2 morale saves, and it's still come out 2-1. Now these get a +3 combat bonus, so they're +3 to that 1, making it a 4-2 to the 95th. Now you can see why it's a bit hard to dislodge infantry from buildings. It's a little easier if you're hitting them from multiple sides with lots of infantry. It's no good throwing in the odd battalion willy-nilly. It's not going to do anything. Now I like to house rule this in the favour of like the +2 combat bonus for large and standard, and a +1 for tiny and small, and I think that's quite sufficient. And also for this hedge line here, because they're all walled and houses, I'd just class that one at the beginning of the game as +1 morale bonus instead of +2 with the walls. Just things like that. You don't have to house rule them, but people do. Basically, that's the basics from fighting from buildings. Also, to enter the buildings, you have to have 6-inch spare once you're up to get over the wall to get into the built-up areas. So that is the basics of fighting from buildings. Yeah, it's quite straightforward and simple, to be fair, but it is very hard for infantry to be dislodged from built-up areas. If I've made any mistakes, please comment below, because I'm not an expert on the Blackpowder rules by any means, but I do like to do these videos to try and help out people who've never played before. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all later. Bye for now. Bye.